Let's start with the BAM article. The mass exodus of the real estate industry has begun. So layoffs of real estate professionals are already happening from the industry's largest companies. Agents are also leaving in greater numbers, and NAR's historical data shows this is not a new trend. So we're actually going to talk about in past markets where the market was down, how many agents actually left. So let's start with the Chris Smith tweet. In the real estate industry, and you can show this tweet, Bobby, 33 companies have laid off at least 50 people. 24 companies have laid off at least 100 people. 13 companies have laid off at least 250 people. And then 4 companies have laid off at least 1,000 people. Winter isn't coming. Winter is here. This obviously is a combination of prop tech companies, Redfin, Zillow, but then also traditional brokerages like Compass, Open Doors, obviously in the mix. So there's a whole bunch of these companies. So let's start with the layoffs. Then we'll go to, there's some Patrick Bet David takes in here, and then we'll get into those NAR stats. Okay, so in terms of the layoffs, I've been kind of out in front saying this a lot, Nicole. We've talked about it a bunch, where you need to cut the fat and start investing in income producing roles within your activities, roles within your organization. Even if you're like a solo agent, like how can I cut the fat? No matter what perspective you're coming from in this business, how can I really put the dollars that I'm going to invest to work for me? And that might be like, the comp plans that you're currently working on. What got you here the last 2 years isn't necessarily going to get you where you need to go in 2023. It might be doing what some of these companies are doing, which is just letting people go.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see it with Meta too. How many did Meta lay off? 11,000 or
11,000 in a
11,000?
day.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge. Yeah.
So these companies aren't waiting for, I mean, let's be clear. 2023 is the recession year. Now that midterms are over, the media is going to be allowed to talk about the recession, which has really been here for the last 6 to 9 months, depending on how you want to look at it. If you want to look at it traditionally, okay, we already hit recession. If you want to look at it with this new scope, then okay, 2023 is going to be the recession year. Either way, these companies are reacting to the market shifts as if we are in a recession, not waiting for it to happen in 2023. By the way, agents made way more in commissions this year than I think you might realize. I think TF put up this stat where it's like more commission dollars than even 2021, which might be, or no, I'm sorry, more than 2019, which that shouldn't be surprising. But the market, as much as it's shifted, has still been really good when you look at Q1
Really
and
good.
Q2.
Yeah.
So I think not getting blinded by that. If your bank account's looking good right now, don't get blind to the fact that you need to make changes so that you're not stuck in 2023. Okay, so those are layoffs. Now, Patrick Bet David, Valuetainment. I don't know if you're listening or if you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up if you know PBD, if you like his content and you like his pods. He's been really vocal about real estate being a bad bet right now. He's like, I mean, he's saying, Nicole, don't buy a house. And if you do make an offer on a house, make an offer as if it's 2023. And the number he uses is if it's $1 million house, make an offer at $780,000 right now. He's saying real estate is going to fall off this cliff. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But what he talked about here in the spam article is the refi business being down 90%. That obviously impacts the entire industry. We know that. Yeah. He also references Yahoo Finance article that quotes an employee at the greatest Las Vegas Association of Realtors. They were averaging about 300 new members every single month.
Yep.
This month, though, she estimated 120. So down from 300 new members to 120 makes sense. You need to have a runway. You need to have a ramp when you're getting into real estate. And less people have a ramp right now than they did in 2020, 2021, when they were getting all that stimulus money.
Yeah.
2022, 2023, you don't have the runway to get into the business. It's more important to get into the right brokerage, to the right team, around the right people than it was in 2020, 2021.
For sure.
Meanwhile, this Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtor employee says she's been processing about 30 agent withdrawals a day.
A day.
So they're onboarding 120 new a month, but that doesn't mean there isn't people exiting out the back door. 30 a
Yeah.
day. What is that? 30 times that's 900 a month?
No, 30.
What
Yeah, I guess that would be about that.
what's
Yeah.
30 times 30? 900? Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that'd be 900 a month that are leaving and they're only adding 120. This is Las Vegas Association. Love to know in the comments if
I don't
your
know, man. It sounds
association
like they
is
needed to if they're scrubbing that many people every month. I mean, holy shit.
they needed to
It sounds like the agents needed to be scrubbed is what my
maybe.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were only adding 300 a month. Now they're losing 900 a month. Las Vegas is a big city, so I don't know 300 a month. I don't know if that's a big number, small number.
I don't
Love to
either.
love to know in the comments if this is happening in your association right now where you're losing more per month than you're gaining. Las Vegas is one of the leading indicators for home price appreciation in the US housing market. We saw in 2008, obviously in the recent buying frenzy, and right now in Las Vegas, these agents are feeling the pain with mortgage purchase applications down 38% to a year ago. Okay, so I agree. These indicators could be something that's coming in 2023 for the rest of the market. We know that right now Phoenix and Vegas are feeling it in a big way, not so much as the Northeast or other
Right.
parts of the country. Okay, not a new thing for the real estate industry. So this is where we're going to get into this NARS historic report. From 1980 to 1981, the number of association members dropped by 66,283. It dropped another 77,587 from 81 to 82 before it started rising again. Okay, the decline from 2007 to 2012 brings the number of members down from 1.265 million to under a million,
Mhm.
999,000 plus. The difference is 265,000 members during that period of
It's so
time.
funny, and you and I were jumping in. I jumped in
Yeah,
10.
I got in 12. So I got in at the
Yeah.
very end of that.
Mhm.
And we're likely to see a period of time that is opposite of what we saw the last 2 or 3 years, where more agents are getting out of
Out.
the business than
Yep,
getting in.
for sure.
If you're getting in, who are you surrounding yourself with? What voices are you listening to? There's so many voices, especially online right now. On
Yeah.
last week's walkthrough, Zach Faust did he was a guest and he said something that's very insightful. So many agents right now are trying to speak to other agents and they've been in the business 1 year, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
And they sold 20, 30, 40 homes. What are they talking about? What are
Right.
you talking about an agent with 50 homes sold when you're trying to educate other agents? What are the experts you're listening to if you're getting into this business right now? How much money do you have in the bank and who are you surrounding yourself with? I'd
Mhm.
encourage you to be joining the right team, the right brokerage, and having money in the bank if you're starting this industry right now. It's a great opportunity to get in. When people are going the other way, like Warren Buffett says, when everybody's going one way, I want to go the other way, right?
Right.
And I'm paraphrasing there a little bit, but that's what you should be doing and how you should be thinking about your career in real estate if you're getting into the market right now. If you're getting into it as a career right now, there's huge upside, huge opportunity.
For
You can
sure.
build a decade for yourself if you're around the right people and if you have a
Or
runway.
if you got in the last, 2, 3 years and you are maybe a single agent because it was so easy, maybe it's the time for you to pivot to or, like, join a team or get to the right brokerage so that you do have a career
Yeah.
and not just
What voices have you been listening to if you're a single agent and your
yeah,
numbers aren't where they if your numbers aren't on track for Q1 and Q2 to be where you want them to be, what activities are you doing every single day? You got to have self accountability. And then who are you listening to? So this isn't a racket. This is going to happen in
mhm.
2023 where
Well,
the
it's
numbers plummet.
happening. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
happening.
is happening. To Lawrence Young, PBD, and Christmas point, it is happening. It is
Yep,
here. Make moves as if we're in the middle of the winter, not as if winter is coming. So make these moves quick. Hey guys, appreciate you checking out this episode of The Real Word. If you want the full episode, go over to the Broke Agent YouTube. That's where we're hosting the full podcast. If you want to continue to see the segments broken out and the short clips, stay right here on The Real Word YouTube.